So guys, I know you see the title and you're probably thinking like, why in the world would you say kill switches don't work anymore? Why would I say like that is no longer helpful for protecting your Charger, Challenger, any kind of Mopar vehicle that you have? Let me say this. What I'm saying is that these steal these cars in multiple ways. They do not just steal these cars in one way. And I have this video to show you that the kill switch is not the only way to go when it comes to protecting these cars. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the intro for you guys, and we're just gonna get into and I'm gonna show you this crazy video. YouTube family, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of car related things on this particular channel. So make sure you're locking in if you're here for the cars, and if you already done so, want to appreciate y'all for doing that, but we will not hold you too long. Let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video. So you see the title and you see the thumbnail. So like I said at the top of the video, man, I know this is about kill switches and mentioning how they aren't 100% effective and how thieves steal these cars in other ways. But the main purpose of this video is to show you guys that if you just go out and get a kill switch for your car, that may not be enough. And it is not enough because, like I said, there are multiple ways that these cars get stolen. So you need to protect your car in multiple ways. So I'm going to show you this news clip, this video that shows how these thieves stole this car, and the kill switch would not have helped at all.
Take a look. Car thieves rolling a rare car right out of a Natomas driveway. Neighbor surveillance cameras then showing the crooks pushing it down the street and into darkness. Tonight, we have learned that this particular model stolen is 60 times more likely to get stolen.
But why is that? CBS 13's Madison Keating is getting answers and shares the video you'll see only on CBS 13.
Yeah, so that car is a Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Redeye, and those thieves rolled it right down this street as if it was on parade while the neighborhood slept overnight from last night into today. Now, the car belongs to a CBS 13 employee, but we wondered, why is this model car the most stolen over the last 3 years?
The Hellcat theft is almost an epidemic at this point.
The home's security video rolled as they slept inside. It catches a
person
person break
right
into the back window of a Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Redeye in Natomas. They get in the back seat. This car, though, has an alarm, so why doesn't it start blaring?
As long as they don't open the door on that 2021 model Hellcat, I believe that alarm's not going to go off.
Private investigator and former CHP officer Mark Hinch says a spotter likely found it. Then the gang of 5 arrived.
They know how to steal these cars, and they've got it down to a science. And then they get the car started away from the house.
Then a neighbor's camera shows the crooks pushing it down the street. A third camera shows them turn the corner.
Right there on the side of the road. They didn't even touch it.
Look, some of the crooks are even sitting on the getaway car's hood, pushing the stolen Hellcat Redeye with their feet before it disappears out of frame. We showed neighbors the footage.
Oh Lord Jesus, look at that. Look. Someone's stealing the car, look.
We talked with one of the neighbors whose camera grabbed this shot, who initially wasn't worried about car theft.
Oh God, it's really unsafe.
A lot of surprise there. Now, that private investigator says that this model, this car, this Hellcat, is so in demand that even storing it at a garage likely isn't going to deter thieves from trying to break in and take it that way. So what is it about this car? That's the ultimate question, right? Well, again, that private investigator and expert says they're high performance, they're typically expensive, they go fast, and they're rare. All of that together makes it a big cash boost for these thieves that are able to get their hands on one and either sell it for parts or otherwise.
So you see from that video, these cars are 60 times more likely to be stolen than any other car. Now, a couple things that they mentioned in this particular video that having a garage won't help. False. You definitely need to have a garage. And I would say that the owner of this car, I know they hate that this happens to the car. I hate it happening too, but they definitely should have did a little bit more as to protecting the car. Now, I'm going to point out some things in this video that you may have noticed and you may not notice. So the first thing you notice with this particular video is that he has two of these cars sitting in the driveway. You have the Charger Redeye just sitting out in the driveway, not blocked in or anything like that. If you got an $80, $90, $100,000 car, put it up in a garage. There's no reason to have that car sitting in the driveway. Another thing that you notice as well is that right beside the Charger, there was a SRT8 Challenger, probably a 2009 or 2010 SRT8, which has a 6.1 liter Hemi, and those guys completely ignored the car, didn't touch it, didn't mess with it, wasn't even checking for the car at all. So pretty much, if you have any of these Charger and Challengers 2015 and up, you're more than likely to be a victim of theft because of the fact that the new generation of Charger and Challenger versus the old one, they have the upgraded transmission, some of the upgraded engines, things of that nature, right? Especially the Hellcat models, which is the top of the line there. You can tell they were not even concerned with the SRT8 at all. They didn't even look at it, didn't touch it, didn't consider it at all. They went straight for the Charger Redeye. Now, with this Charger Redeye being the 2021 model, it would not have the enhanced security that the 22 and up models come with. Now, the enhanced security, you get the motion sensor on the inside of the car. You heard him mention that he climbed through the window and they didn't open the doors or unlock the doors because they didn't want to set the alarm off. Now, if the car is locked, that is true. That normally doesn't happen. But you can see, they went to the car, they took the window out carefully and climbed in there. Now, what they did to push the car, they went to right in your center console. If you have the automatics, there is a strap that you pull up that will put the car in neutral. That is, you know, if your car dies or something of that nature. So they use that car's kind of safety feature against it. In this situation, that kill switch wouldn't have stopped this theft because of the fact that they never started the car. Now, you can still have the kill switch in the car, but what they're doing is they're pushing the car away from the house, and they're probably going to try to start it up later on or somewhere else. You notice no alarm went off, no flashing lights, no honking, any of that. And also, the car didn't start up, so there was no noise. These thieves know that these cars are pretty loud on startup, and they don't know what kind of exhaust system most people have. Most people get these cars, do mid-muffler deletes and things like that. Makes the car pretty loud. And if you're late at night trying to start up a car, you're going to call some attention to yourself. So they knew what was up and made sure to push the car away first before they did anything. Another thing you noticed in the video is when they got the car down the street, there's literally a 5.0 Mustang sitting on the side of the curb, just chilling. They didn't even mess with that one or anything like that. Those cars are just as popular, but people don't steal those cars. They're pretty high performance as well. Pretty high performance engines. They got interchangeable parts with some of the other trimmer Mustangs, but they didn't even mess with that car at all. That car was just sitting there on the side. Wasn't even in a driveway, wasn't in a garage. It was just sitting on the curb, and they didn't even mess with that car at all. So the thing is, how do you prevent this from happening? How do you put yourself in a chance, in a better situation to stop this from happening? So a couple of things, like I say, I noticed they didn't crank up the car. They got in the car. Nothing went off on the car, so they didn't have an alarm. Now, if they had a kill switch, it wouldn't have stopped them in this situation because of the fact they didn't start the car, but having it could have helped them a little bit later on. Now, typically what they would do is if they're going to push the car away, they would start the car later on. By having a kill switch in, it may take them a little bit longer to figure out where the kill switch is and to get by the kill switch. There are many different kill switches out in the market. There are many different ways to wire a kill switch up, and people do all types of different ways. So that can slow them down if they had one on there. But it doesn't appear they may have had one on this car at all. Now, there is something to stop someone from accessing your neutral strap. There is a neutral strap cover, which I did a video on. Go check that out. That will kind of, you know, block that off so people can't just go in and pull up new strap. But one of the main things here is always, like with these type of cars, we do a lot of mods and stuff to them. Like I said, I say this all the time. Like I feel like I'm beating the dead horse, but I say this all the time. Like we get these cars, Scatpack, Hellcat, whatever, RT, whatever. We get these cars to do all these mods to them, tint, lower them, wraps, all this type of things to these cars on these $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 car, and still kind of ignore the fact that these cars get stolen and don't do any sort of protection for these cars. Now, if you did the neutral strap cover, in this particular situation, it would have stopped that situation from them just pushing the car. But let's say you just only had that, you still need a kill switch, because then people still can crank up the car. Because the other way that they go about stealing these cars is, we all know, they replicate the signal from the key fob, and they also go in, find a computer in the glove compartment under or behind the glove compartment, rip that out, reprogram the keys, and they just crank up and drive off the car that way. Kill switch will help out in that situation. These thieves, they want to steal these cars quickly. They want to get in there and get out. We're coming to a time now, just during this time of year, it's getting dark earlier. Less people are outside. It's getting cooler outside. So people aren't going to be hanging out outside late at night or things like that. People are going to be wearing hoodies. Everybody's wearing hoodies when it gets cool. So people aren't going to be looking suspicious while wearing a hoodie and things like that. So it's definitely getting to a point where you need to be on top of protecting your car. You got to do something with these cars. I know I made so many videos on car security, and like, for the new owners out there, you got to do things with these particular cars. Now, I would say kill switch is good because of the fact that they can't start your car. That's a fact. I highly recommend that being one of your first mods you do to the car. Really inexpensive. Neutral stop cover, another mod to do to the car, another security thing. Highly recommend it. Really inexpensive. Go check out my previous videos on that. Won't focus on that on this video here. Only thing with those particular mods, you need a way to alert yourself as far as what's going on. Like if someone does a kill switch on your car, they can still push it like they did in that video. So another thing that I have on my car, I do mention it a lot because I do believe in the product carlock. So let's say in this video, so let's think about this whole scenario with having carlock on there, right? So looking at the top of the video, they climb through the window. Looks like he was very careful. Now, typically what would happen if there's any kind of vibration going on, carlock will give you the vibration, right? And so you'll get a notification like this right here, vibration, if they were to do that. Now, granted, if he was careful with it, may not have set the vibration off, depending on how rough he was. The car doesn't look like that was the case. But when they start pushing the car and moving it, then you will get a notification about the vehicle being moved, which will look like this. They're pushing the vehicle down the street. It's being moved from the original location. Of course, now when they get it to the part they want to get to, another car comes in and pushes the car away. And of course, you're gonna get vibration. Then you're gonna get the vibration right here, vibration notification at that point, because if a car hits another car, it's gonna vibrate. So that's gonna definitely throw some alert or something like that. Now, since they did not start the car, you won't get this normal engine start notification that you would get if you were to have the car lock, which is why there's different ways, different notifications for this particular thing, right? Also, another thing here, another question I get with the car lock, it does plug under your dashboard here. If someone unplugs it, you'll get this notification here. But in the event that someone does unplug it and finds it and tosses it out the window, unfortunately, you can no longer track your car, but you do have the option to hardwire it. I did in my car. It is not in my dashboard. It's not plugged into the dashboard, so it's in the car somewhere. So good luck on that one. But those are things you can have. Now, I know a lot of people, once you get the car, they want to save money, cut corners, things like that. I don't suggest with security you do that. I mean, this is relatively inexpensive to add all of these security measures to your particular car. Kill switch, new strap cover, and especially the car lock. The car lock is pretty much, no, it's inexpensive. And just to throw it out there to you, codes right here, discount code 14-day free trial, as well as 10% off codes right here, so you can get those for yourself as well. But it's still like with these cars, these things aren't going to stop, man. You heard in the top of the video, 60 times more likely for these cars to be stolen. They're easy to steal. The parts are worth a premium right now, and there's no end in sight on this at all. If you are out here and you're parking your car just random places, I mean, granted, in your driveway, whatever, but you can't take that chance. I live in a pretty good neighborhood, and every now and again we have a neighborhood Facebook group, and people post in there where they see their Ring cameras catch people in the neighborhood and trying to unlock doors and things of that nature. It's happened quite a few times here. I do not keep my car outside of my garage. The only way you know I have a wide body Scatpack is my garage is open. That's the only way. Other than that, the garage is closed. My car is inside the garage. Do not keep any of the cars outside of the garage. The news report said it's not helpful. Most thieves are not going to try to go in your garage. That is that's kind of extreme if they do. Not saying it won't happen, but very extreme if they go that route. So that's my thoughts, man. That's what's going on. Like, you really got to protect these cars, no matter what neighborhood you're in. if you think you're in a good neighborhood, you can't take that chance. You just can't take that chance. To be honest, a good neighborhood might be more of a signal for thieves to come by because they know nice things are there. So if you are out here in the market to get one of these Scatpacks, Hellcats and stuff, just be ready. Just set less than $100 aside to protect your car, man. I mean, you're gonna spend more on gas and probably in the first couple of weeks, to be honest. So make sure you do that, man. No end in sight for these car thefts. As long as these cars are on the road, it's going to keep happening. So make sure to protect yourself. I get it that we all got insurance on our car. I like driving my car. I like enjoying my car. I have insurance, but I don't want to go through insurance if something happens. So I want to make sure I protect it from my standpoint. Now, if you just say let insurance handle it, you don't care what happens to the car, so be it. I know we got those people out there as well. But if you want to keep your car for as long as possible, try to put yourself in a better situation or what have you, then that's your option. Those are your options. Definitely carlock. You need those alerts. And those alerts, like even if you put your phone on do not disturb at night, those alerts will still come through as like a critical alert. So we'll override that so you will still know what's going on. The main thing is just knowing about this happening. So I'm not saying you need to go out there and intervene, but at least call the police or hire or whatnot. I'm not going to tell you how to handle it. Just use your best judgment and handle it how you want to handle it. Now, I know some people just going to say, hey, let them have it. I get it. I understand it. I got car seats in here. You see the car seat behind me. Car seats are expensive, and I don't want to lose a car seat, man. Or 2 car seats, it just depends. But that's just me. But if you got any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. And as far as the link, there's a link in the pinned comment for your car lock if you're looking to get it. That, like I said, 14-day free trial. You can try it out yourself. I'm using the code on the screen here, and that same code will get you 10% off. So it's really nothing to lose on that standpoint. If you want to see the other security stuff I got, check out my other videos I got as far as the kill switch. But check those videos out, man. And as always, thank y'all for tuning in. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're gonna catch you on the next one. We are out. Cut it.